Hello everybody, I am Puggler, the pug you all know and love, or hate. And I figured I might as well make a video on the most commonly asked questions of staff members because it's very annoying in situations where we need to talk to Garry or like we're just very busy and players are asking questions that have always been asked. So I figured I might as well answer them in video form. And I do have a forum post up about it, so if you don't want to see this video about it, you could just go on there. Now, the first commonly asked question is bee hopping allowed? Yes, but you cannot script for it because we do not allow any scripts or outside programs to be used in order to gain an edge up. Next question is, how do you apply for staff? You go on the forums, go to staff applications, go to the mod category, and then read the format. You'll know everything you need to know there. Third question is, why is Garry always AFK? And that's because he's either doing something in real life or coding something. He has to do a lot of coding for the server because there's a lot of changes that need to happen. Why is the hour requirement for members so high? And that's because you get a lot of stuff that's normally only for donators. You get it permanently and for free. It's mostly meant for staff members who have retired or been demoted. That way they could still be a part of the community without having to staff. And it's just generally pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Next question is, why do you have such low FPS? And obviously it depends on your computer. There's a lot of variables in that. But the best FPS boost I've seen is actually going into Party, going to settings and disabling halos. You can see right here that it's an FPS hog. I used to get about 20 frames, and I still get 20 frames when I'm recording. But in normal gameplay without recording, I get a solid 60. And it's fantastic, so you should definitely do that if you have low frames. The next question was, is Garry the Garry who made Gmod? No. The Garry who made Gmod is Garry Newman, and the Garry who made Garry's RP is Garry Kim. Garry Kim is a very well-known member of the community. He was the original founder of Garry's community and those servers, which is one of the biggest servers in Gmod. So, you know, he's got his history with these things, and I used to actually main GC, but that's not important. The next question is, when is M9K coming? And this is something that everybody asks. The reason that it's not already implemented is because if we would just put them into the game as they are, it'd be super OP. What Garry has to do is he's going to have to balance every single gun so that none of them are OP. Because if you would get, say, a shotgun, you can easily one-hit people from like 10 meters away. It's very finicky, and it needs some tweaking. Now, the next question was, why are some cars so expensive? And the reason for that is that luxury cars are really not required. Like, if I go to the car dealer right now, stuff like the Garani, the Garari, and the Garry are completely not required. They're just very fast cars as a way to reward members of the community who have had just absolute insane amount of hours. The next question that was asked was, can admins give back health and money? No. However, it would be nice. The only problem I see with that is that it could be abused. Like, you could see all of a sudden a bunch of admins with the most expensive car because they got themselves money. And yeah, that would be bad. Admins definitely well, certain admins shouldn't be trusted with that. I don't even know if I could hold myself back if I had access to just giving myself money, so it's definitely something that should only be for an assistant manager, if we do add one, a manager, and Garry. That's all it should be for. And same thing with the giving HP back. What is the next question is, what is the easiest way to get staff? And probably it'd just be having a simple application with plenty of good reasoning for why you should be added to staff. You should definitely meet all the requirements and probably go above them. But by far the most important thing is being good friends with staff members, because if you prove that you're a cool person to staff members, you're very likely to get a bunch of +1s and get accepted. The only thing is, right now, Chill is not going to be able to play at all until Sunday, so if you are looking to apply and haven't already, you should wait until after Sunday, because it'll be sitting in the forums for a long while. The next question that we get a lot is, why are so many props blacklisted? And that's because a lot of them are used to easily crash the server. But we recently got a better anti-spam, anti-crash system, and it's nigh on perfect. It's like almost perfect for every situation, and we definitely should whitelist more props, because it's kind of limiting sometimes, especially when we're trying to do a server event. The next question we frequently get asked is, will your money get refunded if you lose entities or printers from a server restart? No, because Garry used to do that, but he doesn't want to do that for every time we do a server restart, especially because players in the past have lied about it and just gotten a bunch of money. The next question was, how much money do you get back when you sell a car? And that's 50%, which is ridiculous. In my opinion, it should be 80%. And even with 80%, I lost a lot of money. Like, say if I sold my truck right now, you see it's 40,000. If I try to sell it, it would give me 20,000. So yes, it is 50%, which is really, really bad. The next question is, how can you help in ways besides staffing? And that would be going AFK whenever you can, being active on the forums, which is something I personally definitely encourage because I am almost always on the forums, and just being friendly to new players and like showing them that we aren't against them and this just isn't a server full of minges. We're almost to the end now. The next question that's frequently asked is, what is considered criminal actions? And that would be mug, which can only be performed by thug and hobo. Raid, which can only be done by gangster, thief, and hacker. Or hitman if their hit is inside. Assassination, which can be done by all criminal classes. Hit accepted, which obviously can only be done by hitmen. Kidnapping, which obviously can be done by kidnapper, and sacrifice, which can be done by Garry Preacher. Oh, also carjack for thieves. And the last question is, can you counter? And right now it's in a very gray area. It hasn't been addressed by Garry in any way, shape, or form. So it just right now, don't do it. And that is all the questions. Remember that this video will get outdated in some ways in the future, and that I will make a part 2 if there is a lot of commonly asked questions that I missed, or just new ones that spring up from out of nowhere. Other than that, I think you know what you need to know. See y'all guys later.